You get the opportunity to find out the truth behind one unsolved case. Which are you choosing? There was a kid that went missing right around my hometown when I was a kid. Couple years younger than me. It was on the news a bit, it kinda fizzled out and I haven't been able to find anything since. Still see flyers for him now and then. Kyron Horman. For all my French Redditors here, I will say the Xavier Dupont de Ligonn's case. The guy killed all his family and buried them under his concrete deck, before disappearing completely without leaving any traces, and it has been more than 10 years. Two boys I went to school with were killed in a hit and run by the side of the road while walking home from a party. According to some reports, only one of the boys died from being hit by a car and the other appeared to have been beaten to death. It's been 20 years and no one has ever confessed or offered any information about the case. Gareth Williams, that MI6 guy who was found dead inside a padlocked suitcase. His death was ruled as a self-inflicted accident and then later some former KGB guy would claim the KGB killed him after failing to convert him to a double agent. There was a girl in the neighborhood I grew up in that disappeared on her way home from elementary school. I went to the same school a few years later and we would have a minute of silence every year on the day of her disappearance to remember her. She was never found. We all can guess what kind of horrible things happened to her, but nothing was ever confirmed. They didn't even find a body. I would want to get closure for her family. Edit: I wasn't online overnight and now this post has blown up, so I just want to answer some of your questions. This was in Germany in 2000. It's not of the cases you mentioned in the answers. Walking home alone was, and still is, very normal for elementary school kids in Germany, if the distance is less than about 15 minutes to walk. I started walking to school alone when I was 6. After this incident, they started doing some things to make it safer. They cut down a lot of trees along the way from school, because they believed that someone was hiding in there when she was kidnapped, and they actually changed some of the times of classes so that all kids would be able to walk together. This girl was alone because her class ended at a weird time. But obviously if someone was really trying to abduct a child this wouldn't stop them. Yes, there's a chance that she's still alive. And I would like to think that she was basically adopted by another family like one commenter said, but it's not likely. I don't know if they still hold a minute of silence or tell the new students about her. I went to that school 15 years ago. The teachers and this girl, are retired now. I hope they still tell the children and teach them how to be safe, but can't know for sure. I should agree. 9-year-old girl left her house in the middle of the night, while it was storming and cold, with a pre-packed bag of clothes. She had no reason to run away, and had limited computer access. A truck driver said they saw her walking that same early morning on the dark next to the highway, and that she ran into the woods. Over a year later, her backpack was found wrapped in a plastic bag about 26 miles away, which didn't yield any further developments. Why did she leave? Why did she run from the trucker? How did her backpack end up so far away? Is she still alive? Was she met with foul play? Edit: wow, did not expect this big of a response. Glad to see that she is clearly not forgotten, and hopefully one day the case will be solved. Praying gesture, Zodiac Killer. This might get lost in the sea of comments, but I wish I could find out what happened to my childhood best friend. She went missing 10 years ago. https://charlieproject.org/case/Chelsea Lee Ricker, and nothing was discovered about the case since. Olof Palm, PM of Sweden. Where is Shelley Miscavige? If it doesn't have to be a major case, then my friend's murder. He was killed 10 years ago over Thanksgiving weekend, and his case still remains open today. His family deserves to know. Edit: there were so many replies to this comment it'd take me a very long time to respond. I appreciate the kind words and well wishes. For those in a similar situation, I feel for you. Everyone deserves justice and to truly feel peace. I won't be sharing his details here for privacy, but a well-known podcaster actually saw this post and has reached out, so there is a possibility my friend's story will be shared. Alcatraz escapees. The murders of my best friend, Emily Gauza, and her sister Carissa Gauza. I know it's very recent, but the Idaho College murders. If you're from Mexico, the Ayotzinapa case where 43 students were taken and murdered. There has never been an official statement from the Mexican government, but it's suspected that the government and the militia were involved in the kidnappings. There's a documentary on Netflix if someone is interested. Remember, the top comment on today's video will make it into tomorrow's video. Be sure to answer the question in the comments below.